Hi, my friends, it's Miss Elise. Let's read about some monster feelings. The first one's the silly monster. Sarah arrived home from her friend's birthday party. She had a grin from ear to ear. But Sarah's dad had seen that grin before. It was a grin that spelled trouble. Sarah had turned into a silly monster. Before too long, the silly monster got really silly. She catapulted from the sofa and then she spun and she spun and she spun and she spun until she fell. The next minute, she was up again, off to annoy her brother with silly monster faces. That's when her dad realized what time it was. It was time for quiet time. He pulled out some puzzles and some books that he knew were Sarah's favorite. He led the silly monster away from her brother and sat her down. He read the first book, and bit by bit, the silliness in the silly monster vanished. Sarah was back, and she was calm again. Later that day, Sarah's dad noticed the empty candy bag from the party. Sarah giggled sheepishly and promised not to let the silly monster come back again. The end. Okay, the next one is the hungry monster. Zach's mom was super excited to see him when she picked him up. Zach was happy. He'd had a fun day. But as they hopped into the car, something changed. He appeared. She had seen it so many times before. Little Zach had turned into Hungry Monster. When they arrived home, the Hungry Monster wouldn't play nicely. He never did. He knocked over towers and he wrecked puzzles. But Zach's mom knew exactly what to do. And it wasn't long before a yummy afternoon snack had been prepared to feed the Hungry Monster. But the Hungry Monster didn't want sandwiches or fruit. He wanted candy. Shaking her head, Zach's mom gently steered him towards the table. Reluctantly, the Hungry Monster started on his sandwich. And sure enough, the Hungry Monster disappeared. Afterwards, Zach and his mom giggled about the Hungry Monster. And Zach promised not to let the Hungry Monster come back again. The end. Okay, ready? The next one is the Sleepy Monster. Zach and his dad had a busy day and fun morning in the garden. But a busy morning started to catch up with Zach by the afternoon. As Zach's dad pulled the cart from the stack, he started to appear. Slumped to his knees, arms folded and frowning, the Sleepy Monster emerged. Zach's dad pleaded with the Sleepy Monster to get up off the floor. And he did, but he didn't behave. He stomped down the aisles, nudging and touching everything in its path. Zach's dad gave him a yogurt, but Zach took one slurp and then he threw it as far as he could. The Sleepy Monster was tired and nothing but sleep could make him go away. The lady at the checkout gave a friendly smile, only to be met with a grumpy frown. Zach's dad knew he had no more time. He headed straight for the car and then straight home. When they arrived home, the Sleepy Monster ate his dinner and hopped into the bath. Zach's dad put the Sleepy Monster to bed for a much needed early night. By the next morning, the sleepy monster had disappeared and Zach was back. Zach was happy again and full of energy. He was ready for another fun day. The end. And the last one is the Do-Nothing Monster. Sarah only half finished her breakfast and headed for the TV. But before her bottom could hit the sofa, her mom called her back to take her bowl to the sink. It wasn't long before Mom realized who had gotten out of Sarah's bed that morning. There she was, like a sack of potatoes on the sofa, the Do-Nothing Monster. The Do-Nothing Monster decided she was thirsty. She wanted some water brought to her. And even though she hadn't finished her breakfast, she soon decided that she was hungry too. Sarah's mom asked the Do-Nothing Monster to pick up the toys that had been left out from the night before. The Do-Nothing Monster moved towards the toys, but not much happened from there. Fed up, Sarah's mom decided it was time to go outside. It was time for some exercise. She switched off the TV and tossed a pair of shoes in the Do-Nothing Monster's direction. But even putting her shoes on was too difficult a task for the Do-Nothing Monster. Finally outside in the sunshine, the Do-Nothing Monster spotted her scooter. As soon as her helmet was on her head, she was off. A touch of sunshine, a scooter, and some fresh air were all that it took to shake the Do-Nothing Monster off. Sarah was back. The end. I hope you enjoyed those.